This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Racha Kwadash, and double honor to my teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, who I learned this truth from. And peace and salutations to the elect that scattered across the four corners of the planet Earth, pushing this truth and sincerity and meekness without wavering, as well as risking their life and freedom to do so, as commanded by Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Aishiar from the GMS Cleveland Church. And I'm back with another lesson, and Lord willing, it is edifying to one of the Lord's elect. And we go jump right into it. I have an article from Zero Hedge. And as you see, this was released on Monday, January 19th, 2026, which is the year of apostasy, sellouts, and agents. Okay, and the title of this article, it says, Minneapolis police face mass exodus as new paid leave program hits amid riots, man. Okay, so the police force, okay, your local police officers are taking paid leave, okay? And what is that going to cause? It's going to cause hundreds, tens of thousands of people, okay, to be susceptible to being targeted for attacks, man. Okay, 2nd Ezra 15, man. Breaking and entering. Okay, looting. Okay, all this is about to take place, and it's starting in Minneapolis. That's what it looks like, man. All right. So we're going to get this article, and we're going to read through it. I'm going to grab another precept. Most likely going to stay at 2nd Ezra 15, because this is the beginning stages of a pretty much anarchy, if you might say. Okay, which means without government, okay, government without government rule, pretty much, okay. And this is exactly what the wicked elite banking families want, and they're using. Pretty much martial law is about to be in place, man. This is how you know we are in the midst of Jacob's trouble, okay. So it says Minneapolis faces a compounded crisis as dozens of police officers are expected to tap into a new state paid leave program while the city grapples with anti-ICE riots and a staffing shortage that has stretched the department to its breaking point. Between 60 and 100 officers from the Minneapolis Police Department have applied for or plan to apply for the paid family and medical leave program, which took effect on January 1st, according to multiple sources who spoke with Alpha News senior reporter Liz Collin and Crime Watch Minneapolis. The timing could hardly be worse for a city already reeling from violent protests following the shooting death of Renee Good, who was killed by an ICE agent after she attempted to run over a federal officer with her vehicle. Now, we know that Esau Edom has these agent provocateurs, and he has these, paid agents set up. Okay, pretty much, FALSE flag attack. You see what I'm saying? So this is how he causes the problem. He sees the reaction, and he brings a solution. Okay, now. It says the PFML program was signed into law by Governor Tim Walz in 2023, which is a Democrat, showing you that he got the scoop on what laws to sign into place in order for shit like this to go on, man. Okay, he knew that Trump was going to win, so he signed certain things into law so Trump can push forth with these draconian laws, man. All right. It says, which he promoted as a way to give workers time off for family or medical reasons including up to 20 weeks of paid leave funded with public money. 20 weeks. That's that's 5 months, bro. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's 5 months, bro. Okay, and you people, you citizens of the United States of America, Babylon the Great, your tax money is going to these officers to take 5 months off, man. Okay, and those 5 months off mean you have no protection, man. Okay. So it says many had lined up to use the 20-week paid leave window as soon as it opened on January 1st. The PFML program allows workers to take up to 12 weeks of medical leave or family leave per year. If someone decides to use a combination of family and medical leave, they can receive benefits for up to 20 weeks. During that leave program, recipients are paid between 55% and 90% of their regular wages. At present, weekly benefits cannot exceed $1,423 per week. The funding for the program comes from payroll taxes on employers and employees. The program also explicitly allows illegal immigrants to access the benefits that police officers use. Hold on. It says the program also explicitly allows illegal immigrants to access the benefits that police officers use. So hold on, let's look into that, man. Okay, because illegal immigrants are pretty much reaping benefits of the shit that's taking place. It says the news of MPD officers applying for the program also comes following the acknowledgement in an email last week to officers from the Police Officers Federation of Minneapolis that MPD morale is at an all-time low. The email detailed the dangerously low staffing levels causing stress and burnout, as well as political rhetoric or inflammatory statements from elected officials, which is emboldening hostility towards officers, man. So let's read this again. This is the book of 2 Kings 15 and verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, all right? With sedition, let's look that up, okay? Sedition. It says a rebellion, uprising, revolt, factitious commotion in the state, concerted attempt to overthrow civil authority, violent strife between factions, civil or religious disorder, riot, rebelliousness against authority. So that's what's taking place there in Minneapolis, man. Okay, and it has caused police officers to go on paid leave due to the stuff that's going on there, man. Stress, as you see, it says stress, burnouts, political rhetoric, inflammatory statements, and all of that is, emboldening these people to be hostile towards police officers, man. Okay? So it says 2 Kings 15 and 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. That's what's taking place. Now, let's keep reading on this. All right, the department is already struggling daily to fill shifts, as was revealed this week in copies of emails obtained by Crime Watch showing shift agents desperately asking for officers to sign up for overtime to fill shifts. Okay, it says applications for the program surged quickly, with about 18,000 filed in the first week of the month and roughly 25,000 by last Monday. All right. So these police officers, they're about to pretty much use that system, man, because they don't want to put their life on the line because of some political bullshit. Okay, and these police officers know it's political bullshit. Okay, and they're not going to risk their lives for that because they have a family to take care of. Okay, and this is only going to make things worse. Okay, the fact that the police is not going to be out there, well, they're going to be out there, but not as in as they once were before. Okay, it's not going to be a lot of patrol officers, on the patrolling the city. So that's what is that going to do? Crime is going to increase, man. Crime is going to skyrocket, man. Okay, and this is what these elite banker families want. They want chaos in the streets. Okay, Once again, why? So they can bring in martial law, okay? Which when martial law is implemented, that means the Constitution is null and void, and it already is. This is why you see the so-called white man, specifically Donald Trump, doing what he wants to do, okay? It says initial projections estimated around 130,000 participants over the entire first year. Minneapolis declined to respond directly to Alpha News. Still, it acknowledged on social media that employees, including MPD officers, have requested leave, claiming most applicants were already on leave at the end of 2025 for reasons such as pregnancy, newborn bonding, or caring for a family member, while declining to dispute the reported number of officers involved. Okay? So, it says a big problem with the program Walz created is that the statute sets no limit on how many employees from a single department, office, or employer can take leave at the same time, leaving entire units vulnerable to being depleted all at once with no built-in safeguards. So you're going to see these precincts being completely empty, man. Okay, completely empty. And this is what we want. This is what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua wants. He wants chaos, man. Okay? He wants these prophecies to move forward. Okay? It says, Alpha News reports that officers planning to use PFML are required to give 30 days notice before going on leave, yet the clustering of applications from Minneapolis police as the program goes live raises serious questions about the timing. The department, right, the timing is just like, it's just very suspicious. Okay, ICE is now over in Minneapolis grabbing up you Northern Kingdom. Okay, you so-called Hispanics and Native Americans, he's grabbing you up. Okay, and he's it's causing division between them and the city police. Okay, and a lot of people, civilians in that in those areas, in that area specifically, they're calling the police, telling them you got to do something, defend these people. They're American citizens or whatever it may be. And, these police officers, they don't want to get involved in that shit, man. Okay? So everybody is pretty much going to be out for their own, man. Okay? It says the department is now operating with roughly 600 officers, down about 300 from nearly 900 before the pandemic lockdowns and the death of George Floyd. Many officers retired or left the force after that disaster. This time, officers have effectively checked out by applying for paid leave under Walz's program rather than re-signing outright. Between ongoing rioting, chronic understaffing, and a paid leave program with no guardrails against mass absences, Minneapolis is facing a perfect storm, and its political leaders are the ones to blame, man. So, This is what's taking place, and this is going to take place across the whole United States, man. Okay, Trump is going to send in his goons, and his goons are going to pretty much force these local police precincts to pretty much resign. Okay, not even resign. Okay, some may resign. Okay, because they don't want to deal with the shit, but they might take leave. And what is that going to cause, man? It's going to cause anarchy in the streets, man. All right. So let's see what these comments. Let's see if I can check the comments. I don't think I can. So let's grab some more presets. I'm going to keep reading. In 2:15. It says, verse 17, a man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able. Why? Because martial law is going to be implemented, man. Okay, there's not going to be any police, local police to protect you and give you instructions on what to do. Okay, protect the city. No, Trump is going to have to send in like he always does, the National Guard. Okay, and he might even send in the actual military, the Army, Air Force, Marines. Okay, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to tell you can't go to this area unless you have government credentials. Okay, unless you're you have close ties with somebody in the government and they sanction you to be able to move around. Okay, Verse 18, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, man. Okay? The cities are going to be troubled because of the pride of the United States of America, Babylon the Great. Okay? The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Why would the houses be destroyed, man? From looters, man. Breaking and entering, man. See, verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. The sword can be the modern day gun or any weapon they take up in their hands, man. It says, with the sword and spoil their goods, meaning they taking their food or whatever their eye desires to have. It says, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, food, and for great tribulation, man. So that's what's going to take place, not only in Minneapolis, man. Okay, but right now, everybody's eyes is on Minneapolis because what's going on there is how he's going to justify doing it everywhere else, man. All right? Many police officers are stepping down, okay, or using a paid leave program just to not deal with the shit that's going on in Minneapolis, man. Okay, so, this can happen anywhere, man, and it will, okay? So I'm going to close out, and this is going to lead to, like I said, martial law, man. Okay, and martial law, let's just ask ChatGPT, what is martial law? All right. Martial law is a temporary condition when military authority replaces or overrides civilian government and law enforcement in an area during an extreme emergency. What it means in plain terms, when martial law is declared, the military enforces laws instead of regular police. Civil courts may be suspended or limited. Certain civil liberties can be restricted, such as freedom of movement, right? Public assembly, sometimes speech or due process. People may be tried by military tribunals instead of civilian courts. See, it says why martial law is declared. It is usually imposed only in extraordinary situations as war or invasion, large-scale civil unrest or riots, natural disasters when civilian government collapses, insurrection or rebellion, man. All right? Insurrection or rebellion. And there's plenty of examples. Okay, as you see, Hawaii during World War II, parts of the U.S. South during the Reconstruction, the Philippines under the Ferdinand Marcos. Okay, it says martial law is not equal to emergency powers. Under emergency powers, civilian government still operates. Under martial law, military is dominant, man. And this is what you're about to see. Trump is going to utilize the military, okay, to bring about complete control, man. All right, and we seen that happen in Germany under Adolf Schicklgruber, okay, who later changed his name to Hitler, man. Okay, we see what they did over there in Germany during the time of, I believe, World War I or II. And the same thing that happened back then is happening now. That's why Yahweh Bashmi Shah said, that which hath been is now, and that which has been has already been. Let me grab that. I believe that's in Ecclesiastes. And I'm going to close out with this. Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And the Most High requireth that which is past, man. So the Lord is requiring the same things that happened, okay, in Germany under the Adolf Schicklgruber to happen here in the United States of America. And we see it, okay? So if you're a Negro, Latino, or Seminole, or Native American Indian, I implore you to repent to the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, or you will be caught up in this upcoming judgment, okay? Because the Lord is going to use the so-called white man, okay, which is Esau, Edom, the left hand of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he's going to use the left hand to unleash mass judgment in the form of death, okay, here in the United States of America, man. This man is not going to show any mercy, okay, as you already see, okay. It's just going to get worse, man. So I'm going to close out. Lord willing, this is edifying to one of the Lord's elect. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash, and double honor to my teachers, the head apostles, and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to the elect. Calling Yashar Allah Shalom.